Coming up on First at 4, crews make progress in their efforts to clean up a mudslide threatening US 23. And the father of a toddler killed in a Laurel County house fire is arrested.
It's a warm day across the mountains. However, even warmer temperatures are on the way, but with it comes chances of rain. We'll let you know when in the full forecast. Mountain News at 4 starts now.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, when we first told you about a massive mudslide that closed a portion of US 23 in Iville, we mentioned the tractor-trailer-sized rocks looming above. WYMT's Connor James went to the top of the slide today to give us a first-hand look at the work being done to remove them.
There's been a lot of work done here at that slide that happened along US 23 in Iville. If you recall, that slide shut down one lane of US 23, but since then, crews have been working around the clock to try to get dangerous boulders like the one they're trying to break up behind me clear. There's a lot of work going on behind the scenes. This slide is one of nearly 270 locations needing work in KYTC District 12's region. And officials say this slide is one of the most dangerous, with the material still occasionally moving.
When the slide first was reported late February on the weekend, that Monday when we came in here to assess the site, this large boulder was up near where you can see the top of the slide, where you can see the dirt near the top there.
Now this area is monitored basically around the clock. If there's any indication that any of these smaller rocks could fall and cause some damage, they'll be able to close down that road very quickly, just as a precaution for anyone driving by. I'm in Floyd County. Connor James, WYMT Mountain News.
Crews say depending on the weather, they should have that large rock demolished by Friday, but then there is the long, tedious task of removing all the debris. We'll have more on that coming up at 6. A man is in the hospital following a crash in Laurel County. The Sheriff's Department says 51-year-old Daniel Lynch of Clinton, Michigan, was driving a semi on Kentucky 1223 early this morning when it crashed, falling off a wooden bridge and onto railroad tracks. The Sheriff's Department contacted CSX, who stopped railway traffic while they worked to remove the driver and truck from the scene. Lynch was taken to St. Joseph Hospital in London and is expected to be moved to UK Hospital.
It's been a beautiful spring day across eastern Kentucky. Plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures. Let's take a look at the weather cam over at the National Weather Service office in Jackson, and you can see just simply fantastic weather. I know I busted out the sunglasses on the way into the office today. Just simply very, very nice weather. And we're going to see another nice day as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures responding well to that sunshine. In fact, flirting with 70 in several locations. 69 right now, Jackson, Hazard, 68 London and Williamsburg. And we do have 170-degree reading on the board down in our typical warm spot, Middlesboro. Here's a look at the forecast as we go through the next 12 hours. You're going to see those temperatures fall into the low 60s right around sunset and then eventually into the 40s. So a great night to fire up the grill and enjoy that. You can see on the big picture we are nice and dry for now. However, our next storm system is looming off to the west, and with it will come chances of rain to end the work week. We'll take a look at that system in a little bit more detail, Steve, plus a look at the weekend forecast that's coming up here in just a few minutes.
Shane, thank you very much. We now want to get to some breaking news out of Laurel County. A father is now facing murder and arson charges after his 1-year-old son died in a fire. This was the scene of that house fire off Reams Lane in London Saturday. Firefighters found Joseph Brock dead inside the home. Kentucky State Police searched several days for his father, Vaughn Brock. Witnesses say he ran outside when the fire started. Now, KSP arrested 26-year-old Vaughn Brock around 12:30 this afternoon, and we have just learned literally about 5 minutes ago that they have charged him with murder and first-degree arson. He was taken to the Laurel County Detention Center. The boy's visitation, by the way, is happening tonight in Perry County. We're going to have much more on this story coming up tonight at 6. The search for Savannah Spurlock again brought Richmond police to Garrett County on Tuesday. Police say a Lancaster home was searched. The young mother has now been missing for almost 3 months. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more.
Lancaster police tell me that Richmond police contacted them about a search warrant at a home here on Price Court. Now, police are not telling us what, if anything, was taken from that home, but they say that their detectives are making good progress. It will be 3 months Thursday since the young mother of 4 was last seen. Police have focused a lot of their attention on several places in Garrett County. They've taken a car and searched a home on Fall Lick Road. Search and rescue crews from out of state have scoured rural areas and rivers looking for her. And Tuesday, police came back to a home they have searched before on Price Court. Ellen Spurlock says she was told that home they searched was tied to one of the men that she was last seen with.
But they wanted to be sure that they got everything that they needed, or they had, I don't know exactly what drew them back there. And neighbors tell me that while that search was taking place, that the windows were blackened out so that you could not see inside. In Garrett County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Savannah Spurlock's mother says a $10,000 reward is being offered for information that leads to Spurlock, but that it expires on May 15th. Samantha Josephson was buried today in Princeton Junction, New Jersey. Her friends reported her missing near her South Carolina University on Friday. The 20-year-old was later found dead in the woods 65 miles away. Police say Josephson mistakenly got into the wrong car, thinking it was her Uber ride. Nathaniel David Rowland was arrested and charged with murder. Police say they found several pieces of evidence inside Rowland's car, including Josephson's cell phone and her blood. The two biggest names in the college admissions scandal, actress Lori Loughlin and Felicity Huffman, face charges in a federal courtroom today in Boston. Huffman arrived early to face the charges. She paid a college admissions consultant $15,000 to boost her daughter's SAT scores. Also facing the judge, Lori Loughlin and her husband. The couple is accused of paying more than $500,000 to have their daughters falsely designated as recruits to the crew team at the University of Southern California.
There are recorded phone calls, and there are emails, and there are wiretaps, and there are other types of communications that are documented and aren't going anywhere. So that's the kind of case that the federal government brings.
The mastermind at the center of the scheme, Rick Singer, already pleaded guilty and is cooperating with investigators. The House Judiciary Committee approved a subpoena to obtain the full unredacted report from special counsel Robert Mueller. The committee voted along party lines this morning, with Democrats approving the subpoena and Republicans rejecting it. This comes one day after a deadline House Democrats set for Attorney General William Barr to provide the report to Congress. Barr says he is working with Mueller to hopefully release a redacted version of the report later this month. But House Democrats and other critics say that's not enough. In a groundbreaking vote, Chicago's new mayor-elect is a black, openly gay woman. With roughly 74% of the vote, former federal prosecutor Lori Lightfoot won a landslide victory over longtime city official Toni Preckwinkle, who is also a black woman. Lightfoot never held public office before this election. That appears to be part of her appeal. She campaigned as an outsider who promised to break what she called Chicago's cycle of corruption.
We wanted, and we now have, a broad mandate for change, and I'm excited about getting to work. Together, we can and will finally put the interests of our people, all of our people, ahead of the interests of a powerful few.
As mayor, Lightfoot says she would focus on helping low-income people and investing in neighborhoods on the west and south sides. Some students believe they have come up with a way to save countless lives in the event of a school shooting. They are being recognized nationally this week as innovators who can inspire other students. The students competed in Samsung's Solve for Tomorrow contest, which challenges students nationwide to use science, technology, engineering, and math skills to tackle problems in their communities. Paige Talo and her classmates from Missouri explained that the door lock they invented could be a simple solution to one of the biggest issues schools are facing.
It makes it to where it can't open at all, even if the doorknob or the handle or the other lock that's already put in place on the door, even if that's broken, our lock would still be in place. It's not only an issue that is in our community, it's an issue in so many communities.
The Missouri students were one of 3 schools to win $100,000 worth of technology and classroom supplies. They say they hope to one day have their door lock in classrooms across America. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Wednesday afternoon. The Dow closes up today more than 39 points.
Virginia's lieutenant governor defends himself. I'm Mo Lulengi in Washington with how Justin Fairfax is responding to allegations of sexual assault.
Warmer temperatures are on the way, but the warmth comes with an increased chance of rain. A look at when that rain will roll in coming up in about 5 minutes.